Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We got 14 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today. Starting with the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at minus 125. Arizona plus 105 with the over-under at 8. Arizona coming into this matchup 81 and 73. The Yankees 78 and 76. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Davies with an ERA of 6.81. Pitching for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 5.90. Davies, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Rodon, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Arizona losing to the Yankees yesterday, 7-1. Not a good game for Arizona yesterday. Couldn't really get anything going. They do struggle on the road, just 1-5 on the road here. Davies has not been very good on the mound, giving up 11 runs in his last 3 starts. Actually, both pitchers have given up 11 runs in their last 3 starts here. Not the greatest pitching matchup here, but just didn't see enough yesterday to make me want to roll with them again here. And I think I'm going to take a shot with the Yankees at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Minnesota Twins. Minnesota opening up as home favorites at minus 220. The Angels plus 180 with the over-under at 7.5. Angels coming into this matchup 69 and 85. The Twins 82 and 72. Pitching for the Angels is Kenny Rosenberg with an ERA of 5.48. Pitching for the Twins is Sonny Gray with an ERA of 2.79. Rosenberg, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Gray, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Angels, 2-8 in their last 10, losing to Minnesota yesterday, 8-6. Minnesota on a 3-game winning streak right now. And I like Gray on the mound here. Been pretty solid all season long for Minnesota, and I'm going to take the Twins at home. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at minus 250. The Rockies plus 200 with the over-under at 8.5. The Rockies coming into this matchup 56 and 97. The Cubs 80 and 74. Pitching for the Rockies is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 7.19. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 3.76. Flexen, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Stroman, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs here. Colorado on a 5-game losing streak, getting shut out yesterday to the Cubs 6-0. They're 0-8 on the road. Just haven't been able to win on the road here. And I'm going to roll with the Cubs at home. I do like the over as well. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs, but still think I'm going to take a shot with the Cubs at home here. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 180. The Mets plus 140 with the over-under at 7.5. Mets coming into this matchup 71 and 83. The Phillies 85 and 69. Pitching for the Mets is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 3.02. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 3.58. Quintana, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. The Mets on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back Philly losses. Phillies on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a back-to-back Mets wins yesterday, 5-4. Pretty identical looking games here. And two very close games here. And I feel like the Mets. I think the Mets are a good underdog still. Only losing by 1, getting the cover. Could have won both games. I'll take a shot with Mets plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 150. The White Sox plus 135 with the over-under at 9. The White Sox coming into this matchup 58 and 96. Boston 76 and 78. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 4.91. Pitching for Boston is Nick Pivetta with an ERA of 4.48. Cease, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pivetta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The White Sox on a 3-game losing streak here, losing to Boston yesterday 2-3. Boston getting the big win at home. Both pitchers giving up about 3 runs here, 3 to 4 runs. And kind of a tough one here. Both teams have not played well, but I think I'll take a shot with Boston at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Miami Marlins. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Miami plus 110 with the over-under at 7. Brewers coming into this matchup 88 and 66. The Marlins 79 and 75. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff with an ERA of 1.89. Pitching for the Marlins is Jesus Luzardo with an ERA of 3.84. Woodruff, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Luzardo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. The Brewers on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a Miami win 16-1 yesterday, a dominating win. Miami on a 2-game losing streak. Brewers 5-1 on the road against Miami, 4-1 straight up against Miami here. Woodruff been very good on the mound this season, barely giving up a run here. And I think I'm going to roll with the Brewers on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at minus 125. Toronto plus 115 with the over-under at 8. Toronto coming into this matchup 86 and 68. The Rays 94 and 61. Pitching for Toronto is Hyun Jin Ryu with an ERA of 2.62. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Littell with an ERA of 4.12. Jin Ryu, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Littell, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Toronto, coming off a Tampa Bay win yesterday, a nice underdog win for them. They're playing well right now. They are 6-1 in their last 7, 6-2 on the road here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up about 2 or 3 runs, and I still think Toronto's a good underdog, and I'll take Toronto plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Cleveland Guardians. Baltimore opening up as road favorites at minus 140. Cleveland plus 120 with the over-under at 8. Baltimore coming into this matchup 95 and 59. The Guardians 74 and 81. Pitching for Baltimore is John Means with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Guardians is Cal Quantrill with an ERA of 5.26. Means, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 1 strikeout. Quantrill, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Baltimore on a 3-game losing streak, back-to-back losses against Cleveland. They were able to get the underdog cover yesterday. They've struggled against Cleveland, 2-9 on the road against Cleveland here. A pretty even pitching matchup on the board. Still like Baltimore here. I think they can get a win, and I'll take Baltimore on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Cincinnati Reds. Reds opening up as home favorites at -145. Pirates +120 with the over-under at 8. Pirates coming into this matchup 73-81. The Reds 79-76. Pitching for the Pirates is Bailey Falter with an ERA of 4.58. Pitching for the Reds is Connor Phillips with an ERA of 5.74. Falter, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, had 1 strikeout. Phillips, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Pirates on a 3-game winning streak, beating the Reds yesterday 7-5. They are 14-4 against Cincinnati, 6-2 on the road against Cincinnati here. You're looking at a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up some runs, and I think Pirates are a good underdog today, and I'll take Pirates +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -115. Seattle +105 with the over-under at 8.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 84-69. The Rangers 85-68. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 3.77. Pitching for the Rangers is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 3.38. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Montgomery, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Seattle, coming off a Rangers loss yesterday, 8-5. Rangers on a 3-game winning streak. They're playing well. Seattle is 0-6 on the road against the Rangers, 0-5 against the Rangers. Thought they'd be able to at least get a win, but they really just cannot beat the Rangers, especially on the road. And Gilbert, coming off a couple rough starts here, giving up 11 runs in his last 3. I think I'm going to have to roll with the Rangers at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at -250. The Royals +200 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 52-102. Houston 85-69. Pitching for the Royals is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 6.32. Pitching for the Astros is JP France with an ERA of 3.84. Lyles, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. France, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 0 strikeouts. The Royals on a 4-game winning streak, beating Houston yesterday 7-5. Big win for the Royals. The Royals quietly, they're 8-2 in their last 10. Very interesting at the run that they're on, given how bad they are. I still just don't trust them here back-to-back. Lyle's been brutal on the mound here for him, and I'm going to take the Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -175. The Cardinals +140 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 67-87. The Padres 76-78. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jake Woodford with an ERA of 5.31. Pitching for the Padres is Nick Martinez with an ERA of 3.73. Woodford, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Martinez, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Martinez coming off 3 straight 0-run games. He's been very good on the mound. St. Louis on a 4-game losing streak, losing to the Padres yesterday 4-2. Padres 9-1 in their last 10. They're on an 8-game winning streak right now. They're playing very good. 8-1 at home against St. Louis, and yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Padres at home. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Oakland Athletics. Detroit opening up as road favorites at -180. Oakland +150 with the over-under at 8. Detroit coming into this matchup 72-82. Oakland 47-107. Looks like for Detroit, it is undecided right now. So be sure to check that out when that info does get released. And then pitching for Oakland is Joe Boyle with an ERA of 0. Looks like he's making his first start. So not going to be the greatest pitching game here. Detroit losing to Oakland yesterday 8-2. Just a disappointing Detroit loss. Oakland getting their first win and geez, almost about 2 weeks. So a much needed win for Oakland. Yeah, not in love with this game. Not in love with the pitching scenarios, especially with Joe Boyle on the mound. I still think I would take a shot with Detroit on the road. In the last matchup, we get the San Francisco Giants versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -190. The Giants +180 with the over-under at 8.5. Giants coming into this matchup 77-77. The Dodgers 94-59. Looks like it is undecided for the Giants. So be sure to check that info when it does get released. And then pitching for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw with an ERA of 2.52. Kershaw been very solid on the mound all season here. The Giants beating the Dodgers yesterday 5-1. Big win for the Giants, who really struggle on the road. And we'll see who ends up pitching for the Giants here. But yeah, I love Kershaw on the mound, and I'm going to take the Dodgers at home in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.